Hello and welcome to the season premiere of the Hornet Report. I'm Jennifer Pomarico.
And I'm Kevin Kloss. Here's a look inside this week's episode.
We'll cover the homecoming game where this year's king and queen were announced. Luke Lagrano gives us this week's sports update. We'll sit down with Mr. Logren to find out what exactly is going on with the auditorium. And we premiere a new segment about the newbies here at Homedale High School. But first, here's Kevin with the buzz.
As many students have noticed, the auditorium shared by both the high school and Sats Middle School has been shut down and will remain closed for several weeks while it undergoes massive renovations. Our very own Luke Lagrano sat down with Mr. Logren to get the scoop.
So what exactly are you changing in the auditorium?
Most people may not notice a structural difference because, again, it's the house lights that are already in the ceiling, but it will be brighter in there. Also, the major work that was done is inside the ceiling that no one will ever notice the difference. The Foundation for Education Excellence was generous enough to donate $50,000 towards a new sound system. And you'll notice that because in addition to the original speakers that hang at the top of the stage, there are going to be some speakers installed on either side of the stage in the walls that you won't necessarily see. But then there are going to be some speakers mounted to the side walls in the mid-auditorium. So we should have what amounts to surround sound. And that will be a noticeable difference in plays and so forth. Looking down the road, it's our hope that the foundation will assist us in raising money to change out some of the stage lighting that we have and move towards a more digital format. But that's a project that's ongoing. And I'm happy to report that progress is real good right now, and we anticipate getting the auditorium back for our use right after Teachers' Convention.
That should be sometime around the second week of November. Thank you, Luke.
In other news, the nominees for Homecoming King and Queen have recently been announced. Congratulations to seniors Jack Baisley, Ben Cruz, Jason Liao, Andrew Tsai, and Mitchell Wallier for their nomination for Homecoming King. The nominations for Queen were Lauren Burkett, Kieran Dombeck, Isha Parang, Annabelle Kossev, and Jin Yang. All members of the Student Council were elected to the Homecoming Court.
The homecoming game was held last Friday night, and Hornet Report correspondent Jackie Nelson was on the scene for the announcement of the winner.
Hi, I'm Jackie Nelson. I'm here reporting from Homedale's annual homecoming game. The King and Queen are about to be crowned, and we'll be back with that in a few minutes.
Our homecoming king is Jack Baisley. Congratulations, Jack. Let's give him a big round of applause. And our 2012 homecoming queen is Lauren Burkett. Congratulations, Lauren. Let's give her a big round of applause.
All right, here I am with the new homecoming queen and king, Lauren Burkett and Jack Baisley. How do you guys feel about winning?
I'm really excited and honored to be able to represent the class of 2013.
I think it's really cool to get something like this and be elected by your peers, so that's pretty awesome.
All right, guys, what are your plans for the future?
I really want to major in animal sciences to pursue a veterinary career.
I'm still up in the air. I'm deciding between maybe business management, political science. A lot of options out there.
Thanks, Jackie. Congratulations to all the members of the homecoming court. In addition to the announcement of the King and Queen, the football team held its homecoming game against Shore Regional. Following in the footsteps of his brother, Luke Lagrano joins the Hornet Report as our new sports anchor. Luke, we've been having a pretty good fall so far, haven't we?
Absolutely, Kevin. Some of our Homedale sports teams have gotten off to a strong start this fall. The football team began the season with a bang, upsetting heavily favored Barnegat 21-0 in their opening game. Since then, they've also defeated Middlesex in Monmouth Regional. But last Friday, they hosted Shore Regional. Our very own Ryan Kaler filed this report.
Thanks, Luke. It was a great game here at Rogie Field where the Homedale team came against Shore Regional, and it was very close. We were very close to a W with 13-14 in overtime. We were 1 point away with a kick, but the team played hard. The fans were into it. It was overall just a great game. Back to you, Luke.
This Friday night, they tackled the top team in the Shore Conference, Red Bank Catholic. In soccer, the boys defeated Manasquan 3-0 on Monday to clinch their third straight division championship. With the win, the boys improved to 10-1 on the season. Meanwhile, the girls also topped Manasquan 2-1 to improve to 7-5-1. The girls' tennis team is currently ranked 4th in the state. Last week, they blanked RBC 5-0 to capture their first Shore Conference championship since 2009. On Wednesday, they defeated Robbinsville in the state tournament to raise their record to 16-1. Way to go, girls. And rounding out this week's sports report, gymnastics defeated Monmouth Regional, and the boys and girls cross-country teams both competed in the A Central Division Championship race. The boys swept the first 5 places to win the title, and the girls placed third. That's a look at your Homedale sports. I'm Luke Lograno.
Thanks, Luke. We are delighted to introduce a new segment to the Hornet Report called The Newbies, where every week we talk to one of the many first-year staff members at HHS about their experiences so far. This week we caught up with the English teacher, Miss Nora Bosmans.
So, Miss Bosmans, where did you go to college?
I went to Monmouth University, which is located in West Long Branch, New Jersey.
And did you play any sports there?
I did. I was a Division I athlete. I played both field hockey and softball for the Hawks.
November 6, 2009, you scored the game-winning shot against Ryder in overtime at the semifinals. How did you feel after you got the shot to go down?
Well, that is my most proud moment as an athlete because we were the number 4 seed in the tournament going against the number 1 seed, the Ryder Bronx, and they are our biggest rival. We are known as the Garden State rivalry. And scoring that goal was tremendous for the Monmouth Athletics as a whole, but also for the Northeast Conference. It really meant a lot to our conference to have such a big upset.
What do you remember most about that day?
What I remember most about that day, I would say our celebration. Our celebration was loud, our celebration was long, and I just remember right before I scored the goal, my knee actually buckled and I fell, and I kind of just got it up last second, and everyone, I just remember the whole crowd going, because they thought I fell and wasn't going to get off the shot. So that's something I will always remember.
How was the transition from college to teaching?
The transition was good. I think the greatest part about it was the student teaching aspect of it, which I was lucky enough to do at Homedale High School. And I think it's really easy to relate with the students right out of college because you're used to being in the classroom environment and you know what these students are thinking and enduring during your lectures.
That's interesting. Do you enjoy teaching?
I enjoy teaching very much. The thing that I find most enjoyable about teaching is being able to relate the kids to the kids and the literature and being able to relate that to their lives.
What is your least favorite part about teaching?
My least favorite part about teaching, I'd say, is the many essays that I get at one time and the fact that I have to grade them so quickly and have them back to my students promptly.
I can see how that could get frustrating. Is it true that 8th period is your favorite class?
While I do not have a favorite class per se, I would say that my 8th period group is the most energetic, and we do have some funny characters in there, one being your classmate, Abe.
That was correspondents Peter Bushy and Abe Abulela interviewing Mrs. Bosmans. It certainly seems she has found a new home at HHS. Well, that about wraps it up for this week's edition of the Hornet Report. I'm Jennifer Pomarico.
And I'm Kevin Claus. Be sure to tune in next week where, as always, we'll bring you the week's best at HHS. Thank you.